Hey y'all, it's Ree. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever and whenever you're watching this video. We have our girl Chrisean doing an interview with the Danza Project. I don't know if y'all heard of the Danza Project. I kind of heard of them, I think. But after this interview, which is awesome in my opinion, after this interview, I'm finna, binge watch their interviews and stuff. So right here, Chrisean is addressing her relationship with her father and her upbringing. Shout out to my girl Chrisean.
So your upbringing, you're from where originally?
Baltimore.
Baltimore. What was your
Baltimore.
upbringing like? Mom and pops around. How was
East
that?
Coast. East Coast vibes.
So my mom had 12 of us, and she was like real hands-on up until, I don't know.
That's 12. That's a lot to keep track of.
Hell yeah.
So siblings was taking care of siblings.
Right.
Like the older kids was taking care of the younger kids. My mom worked a private duty nursing job. She went through what she went through with my dad which was like, it's crazy because I used to tell this story and just throw my dad under the bus.
Yeah.
And then it's now that I try to tell it, I want to protect him. Is that weird?
No, not at all.
Nah, that's natural.
You're literally growing in front of our eyes, in front of the world. So when you say you're trying to protect them, it's just part of your growth.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Or you know what I mean? Like you understand life a little bit differently now.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, as we're children, we understand life like so much. And then we grow. For instance, my father, right? I was just, my grandmother passed away in September. I was just out in Puerto Rico this weekend. Spent some time in the house and just chilled there for a little bit, kicked it. And I remember it,
Right.
you know what I mean, that I lost for a long time. And one thing I realized is instead of like really understanding my father and everything that went on because he left us young, I had to realize like, yo, I'm also a grown man and I'm dealing with things on a day-to-day basis, and not every day I'm perfect, but some days they could twist on us.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we end up losing our kids, or we walk away, and it's always just blame instead of understanding a certain way. And for my father's, what he went through, because when he had a stroke is when I finally kind of started forgiving him. And what I realized is he never understood love. When he there's 21 kids that he has in his family, right? 21 siblings.
Right.
And he wasn't raised on love.
Right.
It was go to work. You know what I mean? Like he was out in the Dominican Republic. You know what I mean? Like it was just go work at 11 years old, go get food for the crib. You know what I mean? So when it comes to expecting him to love us, he didn't know how to do that.
Right.
And I can't sit there and attack him for something he never even understood.
Right.
He was never given that. You know what I mean? So naturally somebody could sit there and be like, oh, your dad wasn't around. He's a low life, this and that, da. But it's like, yo, he knew no other way. You know what I mean? So you're protected.
Oh, that's so many people's story, y'all. Oh my gosh. Their parent, their grandparent, aunt, uncle, they didn't know how to love because they didn't get it themselves, or they didn't know how to show something that you're expecting from them because they didn't get it. So it's like holding that against them. When you get older, you realize, dang, should I really do that? Can I really do that? Because they didn't get that. They didn't get it. So how can I expect them to give that to me when they don't know, they don't even know about it? Ooh, man, that's heavy.
Then something is just because you understand life a little bit differently now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I used to be like, this nigga used to time on, like I used to say some shit.
Yeah.
I keep cussing, but
No, you could cuss.
That's all right.
We cuss a lot here. It's okay.
I'm working on that.
Yeah. So your upbringing wasn't the easiest.
I mean, no. When I met him when I was 7, not met him, but he finally came home. I seen him a couple times, but I was scared of him. I didn't know who he was. And he wanted hugs and kisses. And I'm like, no. Like, I don't know. I just didn't like him. Not like that, but like that. And then he came home. I was excited to have a dad. And then, I don't know, the way he handled my mom physically. I didn't like that nigga. Like, the resentment, I used to pray that he died in his sleep. Like, I don't know. I was a kid just like crying for help when he moved in after he came home from jail. So, I mean, my other siblings got a different version of my dad. So I can't speak for them. But for me, like we're getting, I don't know, like my sister, they're getting in trouble. Or like they go up the street when the lights come on. Like, you know how when the street lights come on, you gotta come home. So I think something happened like that. Like they didn't come on right away. So he'll line all my sisters up against the wall and just slap them in the face. Like twice, 1, 2. And I'm not trying to throw them under the bus. I'm sorry. But that really impacted like, I just feel like my whole foundation of my life. Like with my mom and all that. Like mom ended up abusing her antidepressants, then getting hooked on heroin, then going to methadone to get off of heroin, then back to antidepressants, and then now she like I don't know, God is doing like a revival in her. Like I can call her and she's up instead of like sleep.
Yeah.
So
Do you get to take her to church at all?
That's a lot, man.
she go to church herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, she go to the church that so when I was a baby, I guess she just my dad and my mom house got raided. So when she came out from jail, we didn't have nowhere to go. So we went to this one church and the pastor like blessed her with somewhere to live. And then long story short, she never left that church ever since.
God is good.
Yeah. But I explored different churches just from my liking.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that church, but it's just,
We just